Welcome to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. After Show. What a great night here on theStream.tv. I am one of your co-hosts, and I am Germar Derron. Here on my left, Anastasia Washington.
Hello.
Over on the far right, we have Christian Lopez. Yeah. And right here on my immediate right, we have Stephanie Pressman.
I know her.
It was a great show. It's a great way to come back, a great way to start this second half. As you know, we're going to get right into it, but this is live. So you're on YouTube, get in those comments, chat to us. Stephanie's watching that. She'll have some things to say. She'll chat back with you. If you have some great questions, we'll talk about those questions. So please do that. Also, get us on Twitter, hashtag AOSAS. Yes, right? Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. AS. So let's get right into it. Let's start. From the very beginning of the episode, Whitehall. Who's going to replace him? He's gone now for real. So do we have any thoughts about who might be replacing this dude?
I definitely think that Whitehall is going to be replaced as the head of Hydra by Oprah. I mean, it just makes sense.
As in Winfrey?
Yeah.
She's a billionaire. She can do whatever she wants.
She could. I feel like that's an excellent point, but I'm not quite sure Oprah is going to be there. I think that the next head of Hydra is not seen yet.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. But I'm going to go with no Oprah.
So
No
not
Oprah.
Oprah.
Not Oprah.
Well, she is the only person that can fund it properly. Properly.
Yeah.
But
She's a
the beauty
billionaire.
about the show is they never really reveal the villain until it's their point of being revealed. So for all we know, it can be someone working inside of S.H.I.E.L.D. or it can just be an
Ooh.
outside force, maybe Reyna.
So what do we think about Reyna? I like that idea. I don't know, maybe, right? She's got all these powers. She's badass now.
I feel like she's got some emotional stuff to work out for right now. I think she's going to need to cry a little bit, need to do some shopping therapy before she can get to the point where she can, lead a whole anti-government organization.
I don't know. I still say Oprah got that Lego Oscar at the Oscars, and she was super happy. Now she's taken that power, and she's becoming the head
And
of
she's
Hydra.
Hydra, yeah.
I just cannot imagine Oprah saying, "Hail Hydra."
Hail Hydra!
I can imagine it now.
You get a Hydra.
You get a Hydra!
Wait, what's a Hydra? Anyway, what is that?
want one,
you know
though.
what? I would have liked to have seen, what's his name, Bakshi in that role. We know he's all tied up and he's going to be delivered to Tal, but that's not happening. But I just think he's a cool character. I would like to see him, like, what he's going to be as a leader or as the new Whitehall or whatever. But any other thoughts? Because we can move on.
I think
we don't know.
Bocce is kind of a tail in between the legs type of person. He's not a leader, he's a follower, a very strong follower, but not a leader.
He works well on a leash.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Yes,
And I also
definitely.
think that, I'm supported in saying that there's going to be another person that we haven't seen yet, since most of the, spoiler alert, Hydra people have been killed at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit.
Sorry.
All right, so we don't know. We're speculating. We'll see. I guess as the season goes on, we'll know. So anyway, next topic, which is a little like I don't know, curveball, a wild card, kind of general. Coulson, I think, in this episode was like a different Coulson. He reminds me of what like Rick Grimes is doing right now in The Walking Dead. If anybody watches The Walking
Yes,
Dead.
of
Who
course.
doesn't watch Walking
Everybody
Dead?
is the
Let's be honest.
the biggest show of all time. Whatever. But we're not talking about The Walking Dead. Anyway, Coulson, he's got this like badass attitude now. He's just, I'm gonna get Hydra. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Do you like this new Coulson? What do you think about it? Is it gonna last?
He's hot right now.
I don't think someone hot-headed can run an organization.
Oh.
I really don't. He's gonna lead them into destruction. He's gonna take them into battles that don't need to be fought.
I don't think he's hot-headed. I think he's in controlled anger. Okay. I feel like he's in the controlled anger spot. He's in that sweet spot. Passion behind.
Coulson's the like dad type, Coulson
Sure.
takes care of his own,
Dad.
and he's a little upset with what's been going on, and now he's hot-headed about his babies, which is his S.H.I.E.L.D. agents.
Yeah, they're dying.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he has a little bit of an attitude right now, and it's because he's just protecting his babies.
It could be dangerous.
That daddy.
I could see it being dangerous, but let's say if it goes that path, like Coulson is just too high-headed and he blows it, as Christian was kind of intimating, who would be second in charge? Who would back him up?
It's May.
Yeah,
May.
we know.
May.
As I'm saying this, I'm like, why am I saying
Yeah.
this? It's very. She's kind of the boss already. We pretend like Coulson's the boss because we all like Phil Coulson.
She ran S.H.I.E.L.D. when Coulson was going through his mental issue, Carvey.
Yeah.
Thing.
Carvey.
Carvey.
You mean his rebirth?
His
of brain?
rebirth of the. It wasn't a rebirth of the brain because he didn't get a rebirth. He was just going insane because he needed to figure out pieces of the puzzle.
Plus, May is the cavalry or whatever, so as much as she
True.
doesn't like
May
that,
is everything.
she can beat everyone by herself.
Well, I mean, at the end of the mid-season, the last episode before we just came back from break, there was so much going on with Coulson saying, if anything happens to me, you're in charge. You know what to
That's
do,
right.
May. You know what to do.
Very
You
clear.
take over. So
We know she's the man.
She got
She's the
this.
woman.
She's the woman.
Okay, she's the woman.
she is the kick-ass
She's the
chick.
bomb. Speaking of the bomb, this is a segue. That's what that was, in case you guys didn't know that. Speaking of the bomb, Hydra, the setup of the Hydra was the bomb. We didn't know what was going on. We were so confused,
Yes.
like, everybody's dead? They just got hit by a car. Are they that stupid? I'm just being honest for the people at home.
It's true, because at first I was like, why are they discussing all of this in the car with the,
Yeah,
the
100%.
I want to remember that quote of Coulson's that he
Oh,
said
the-
as he was jumping out of the way. He said, "You'll never take us alive."
Oh my god.
And we were confused until that point. That's when we all looked at each other like, maybe this is a setup.
Yeah, my heart. I thought it was like it's a setup. It's a setup. It's a setup. Wait, May got shot. Heartbreaking. Coulson, what?
No, this is weird.
But there was blood splatter. That was what confused me.
They did a good job. They had no squibs.
squibs.
Jinx, you owe me a pop. So, yeah, squibs. Anyway, also for the first time, and they made a point of it, S.H.I.E.L.D. was like a step ahead of Hydra this whole episode. This is like the
Absolutely.
S.H.I.E.L.D. domination episode. They've never put it down like that.
For real.
Is this going to be the rest of the season? Is this just like a slip up, or is this a way to...
Wait.
I hope so, because it's doing it for
Not all those people died with S.H.I.E.L.D. technology. That those beads that disintegrated, that's Hydra technology. And I didn't remember seeing that one Hydra head.
There was
die.
also the guy that walked
There was one guy.
walked into
Yeah,
the
the one
elevator,
guy.
and that was really clearly to me not a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Yeah.
That was the Hydra agent.
Well, so then we have two
So
Hydra
there's-
agents, at least.
There's everyone we knew about. I mean, you were saying this before, Christian. Everyone we know about in Hydra, which we didn't know much about them before, but everyone we knew about died, but Hydra doesn't show us who their bad guys are
Yes.
until they're
Right,
in power.
that's fair, 'cause we don't know.
So there's obviously somebody within Hydra that's pulling some strings too right now.
This just may be their pecking order. Because remember, when you cut off one head, 10 more grow or something
Yeah.
like that is the same.
I don't think that's the same, but...
Well, but that's what they say. When you cut off the head of Hydra, two
Another
more.
one takes its place,
So
yeah.
I think they're just cleaning the slate, and they're like, you guys are old-fashioned. We need to take a harder stand.
Yeah, it's such
okay.
a Godfather moment when regimes are changing.
Right.
Like, that's what I was thinking. Everybody's sitting down to their deaths. Everybody, like, it was just like, oh, they're cleaning house. And meanwhile, S.H.I.E.L.D's like, hey, we don't have to take them out.
Yeah, so are these heads gone? I mean, they're gone, but we do
Yeah,
all
they're
think that
gone.
there's people who are waiting to
Oh,
step
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Everybody's
absolutely.
yeah, that definitely was not S.H.I.E.L.D.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Well, one of them was
yeah,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
right.
One of them got. Well, actually, no. Didn't May and Coulson kill one? No, I'm imagining that.
Well,
they didn't kill one.
We got what, Bobby and
Yeah,
Bobby
Bobby and
Hunter.
Hunter were the ones that
And then
killed
also they
one.
have Bakshi or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. They have him to
Bakshi,
turn
yeah.
over. Yeah. So
They're turning him over. So.
anyway, new regime, new world, something we haven't seen before. What intrigued me about this whole episode, the entire episode, was Reyna. Everything about Reyna. Her transformation. Who is she? Do we have any ideas about that? The fact that she was so beautiful before, was she going to care about that? And she did. So what are your thoughts about Reyna? Where's your head on her?
I'm not sure if she's a cat or a fish or a reptile.
I'm
not. She looks like a porcupine to me.
I'm definitely not thinking. A lot of fan speculation thinks she's Tigra. I really don't agree with that. Tigra, when she was a part of the comic books, was such a empowered, I'm beautiful, even though I'm a tiger, half whatever woman. Reyna, I don't think she's gonna come to her own like that, and she's kind of lizard-like
She
to
might,
me.
though. She might. And at first, I was on the page with the rest of the fans thinking that it was happening, like she became, like her nose was turning cat-like and stuff like that. But then, like, there was that switch, and the nose changed, and it became like something stranger and more like reptilian. So like, I don't know.
She's still changing.
Yeah,
it's evolving
She's
or whatever.
evolving.
Yeah.
I think because the transformation was cut short when he kicked the obelisk, that their transformation isn't complete yet, that they're not done growing.
I would agree with that.
I don't know if it's going to make them more stable, less stable. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think it's the end of their powers.
As far as figuring out who Reyna might be, though, I keep taking clues from Skye's transformation into Quake. I mean, from like real world comics and stuff. We know like Quake isn't actually an Inhuman, right? And got her powers from what, S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. And how did Quake get? Do you know? Anybody know? I think it was a S.H.I.E.L.D. project or something. But
don't know the
my
answer.
point is that they're drawing all these different things and kind of creating something for this
Yes.
world. And I think that's what's happening with Reyna. So we're all speculating, but they're pulling pieces from everywhere.
I think Reyna is just Reyna. Reyna is an X-Men. Look back in the old comics, a dinosaur, half human X-Men. She kind of fits the features to be kind of,
Definitely.
like a reptilian.
Yeah.
Now that she's transforming more, yeah, I can totally see where you're coming with that.
Or she's a new one, and she's the porcupine.
The porcupine.
The porcupine. The
She's a
hedgehog.
new-
Sexy, elvish
Inhuman.
porcupine.
Yeah.
Elfish porcupine.
She is Squirrel Girl. No, I'm just kidding.
Girl, girl.
I'm glad you all got that reference. That's really cool. So maybe one of the best parts of this episode, something that we talked about a lot, was racist Simmons.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Stop being racist.
Okay, the thing is that everyone loves Simmons so much. She's such a lovable character. And this episode, she's just like, I hate Inhumans. I hate beings with power. She's just a racist.
But this is what happens when someone like Simmons, like her ignorance and her intelligence clash. She doesn't know what to make of the situation. So many people she loves are dying because of Inhumans. It may not be directly in the hands of them, but you know, it's kind
I
of
feel
hard.
like it's so out of character for her. I'm sorry. As a scientist, I think
Yeah.
that she would want to like delve into this like new avenue, and it just seems so sad that she's rejecting it because there's so much that she can take from it.
I'm actually curious to know what the fans think. So what we're gonna do is take a break right now. We're gonna go to commercial break. Fans, talk to us on YouTube. We'll see you in just a minute. Don't go, come back, we'll be here.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
Bennet, the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell her, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, we are back. Are you still there? I hope you are. We were discussing on the break, and everyone yelled at me and threw stuff at me. And Daisy isn't Inhuman. Her father's Mr. Hyde. I kind of know that. I don't know if they're sticking to it, but I'm gonna go with what every other person in the studio said and say that Daisy isn't Inhuman.
Because we're right.
Yeah, you are.
Pretty
You're all
much.
really smart, beautiful people, and I love you all. So, speaking of love, I love the fans too. Who's in YouTube? Can we get some shout outs?
Yeah, we've got some great people in here saying some brilliant things. We've got Apes Rock 12, who we were just talking about Simmons and how Simmons is a racist. And Apes Rock 12 thinks that Simmons will come around. She's just grieving. We've also got Winter
Good call.
MC saying, Simmons, I'm upset with you. I think we all are upset with Simmons.
I don't grieve in racism. I'm just saying.
I mean, have you ever been in the situation where I don't know.
I've been really sad before, and I've never been like, you know what, today, because I'm so sad, I'm racist.
Okay, well, not about race, but one time a dog really bit up one of my girlfriends a while ago, and for like a day, I didn't like dogs for a whole day. I was just like, no dogs.
Okay, but did
I kind of understand that, because one time I ate something I was allergic to, and now I hate it.
And you don't eat it now. Anyway, you know what? I apologize. This is all about fan questions. We got to get to fan questions. All right, so we got a fan question right here from Jason Caceres. Yep. Number 1, how do you feel they should go about training Skye's new powers? How do we feel?
Delicately.
Yes.
I think they should take her to a place where she can't hurt anything. I know S.H.I.E.L.D. has tons of them. That's where they keep their prisons. And just be like, hey, practice. And you don't conceal, don't feel. Frozen was wrong. They proved it. You let her express her powers, and you let her come into her own.
This is where we go into a musical number.
Right. We should practice that for next week.
I think there's a slight problem with that, as in we haven't revealed like her powers yet. So we have to get over that whole thing. Like, my friends are racist. My other friends like covering up for me, and everybody else might be upset at me because I might be inhuman and blah blah blah. So I think that's the first jump.
Here's another question though.
Hugs.
Ties into what Christian said. Is there a S.H.I.E.L.D. now? Do they have training spaces? Is there a place to train? Like,
Nick Fury's somewhere out there.
Well, I mean, they're still going to have the jails and the prisons that they had and the warehouses. They're just not going to be vacant. They have places to take her.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I just don't know, like...
Take her to the Arctic tundra.
Oh, that's a good place. Okay, so they do have places. They have places. They still have places.
Remember last season?
Yeah. Yes, I do remember some of that. A little bit. I watched an episode.
There's bases everywhere.
Apparently. They'll come up with some more. All right, second fan question. What do we have? With the impending arrival of the Inhumans, is the need for upgrading the VFX considered?
Well, I think that they've made a few good steps. ABC is always not, I hate to say this, but ABC is not known for doing amazing CGI and visual effects.
Well, we were just talking about even the flashback, where she explodes and he explodes, and we were like, oh, that was she looked fierce, but it was not up to par.
It was better. They had gotten so much better. I mean, if you watch Once Upon a Time, those are like the worst visual effects on TV, probably. I'm sorry. I love the show. I'll watch it. I don't care what the VFX look like. But I think S.H.I.E.L.D. has stepped up their game recently, and that last scene from mid-season was awesome. And Skye looked hot. She looked so good. But I think we need... The makeup is looking great. I mean, Reyna looks amazing.
Yeah.
Now, the visual effects need
I like
to
about
meet
the
that.
show, the thing I really like about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not so much the action. The action is great, keeps me watching, but they go into depth with their stories, the soliloquies they have with themselves. You get to know these characters. You get to know Daisy, Quake, which doesn't get explained very much in any other cartoon series or anything like that.
Fair.
So I guess if they keep on with the depth of the show, the effects
may
not have to be that strong.
We do have one last fan question here that I want to get to, if we can get that in here. From P-Dub, at P-Dub Cola. I'm not sure if I said the others. Shout out the others. I just hate people who make AOS only about Skye Ward. # Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. offers so much more than a couple. Appreciate it. Oh, and I love Skye Ward. So, is this something that people are actually talking about? I didn't hear that dominating the Twitter stream. And is that all people talk about, Skye Ward?
I don't think so. In fact, Ward was not in this episode at all.
Yeah.
At all.
I think they did that so people stopped talking about Skye Ward, though, because their love got intense and then got really crazy, and now people need something else to talk about to make the show interesting.
I'm okay without Skye Ward.
Yeah,
It's all about
100%.
fits for me.
Yeah.
Ward is hot, though. He's very hot.
I mean, if you like that whole evil Hydra thing, I mean, yeah, we
There's
do.
a lot of layers to
No,
Ward.
there's no layers.
All right. I like crazy.
You're somebody who likes to fix people, huh?
I like that. Yeah, we got a little therapy couch action happening now. Let's get some Twitter shout outs here. Who do we have here? @S.H.I.E.L.D. fans, @S.H.I.E.L.D. Radio, at iHeartCoulson, that's Agent Coulson's army back here, at AOS News, at BamSmackPow. Is there anybody else in YouTube?
There's a comment that I am loving right now
right.
from Bladen in Jax 01. Bladen in Jax 01 says Thor should train Skye. I mean, that is the best comment
of course.
I've read.
You got
Thank
lightning and you got some earthy ground type things happening, and sure, why not?
Yeah, nothing bad can happen with that
Nope.
combo at
Just
all.
domination of the world.
Right.
That's about it.
Love it. Thanks you guys for chatting.
Thank you. That was a great episode. I hope we have another great episode next week. I'm sure we will. Thank you all. Thank you all, fans. And until next week, stay in Twitter. Get us. #AOSAS. Goodbye.